Hello and welcome to Games with James, a weekly podcast about, well, you guessed it, video games. I'll be your host, well, you guessed it again, James. This is a solo outing for this episode, but hopefully I get more guests, if you will, in the next few episodes. And majority of these episodes will be about more mobile title games, iOS, Android type games. You know, the new ones that come out every Thursday. I'll do a deep dive, play them, give my honest opinions and thoughts about them, and hopefully have a guest to go over other questions and stuff with the game. We can just talk about them, you know. But for this first episode, I'm going to go ahead and do a deep dive, not a dive, but a deep talk about Marvel's Avengers and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remakes or remasters, whatever they're called, that just released for the PS4 this past Friday. I happened to pick up both, and so far they're both just excellent games. I only played Tony Hawk for a little bit, but I grew up playing those games, so I had to get them just for the nostalgia of it. And let me tell you, the nostalgia value alone hits. Oh man, it is great. I don't know if your favorite pro skaters are even in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, but some of mine were, and it's just great to pick those characters again and just skateboard, and it's great. And the thing is, it's been years. You know, I played 1 and 2 on the Sega Dreamcast. It's been years since, you know, I've played them, so I don't really remember too much about the content of the games. I remember the games themselves, playing them, the levels, all that sort of stuff, but I don't really, remember challenges, because in the PS4 remix, there's challenges where you could, level up your career, your main character, I guess you will, your profile across both games. And there's little objectives to do, what was one of them? Do a kickflip over some certain gap at the school level, stuff like that. I don't remember if there's stuff like that in the original games, though. Besides, you know, of course, the collect the letters for skate. Some levels had you do certain objects like grind on the police cars, destroy boxes, and of course the high scores. Collect the videotapes, of course, but all that's still in the game, of course. It stayed true to the roots. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. A lot of people that I talk to are real up in the air about it, like, oh, I don't know, man, because did they do 1 and 2, or was it just 1 that there was actually a HD remake for it, and it actually wasn't even as good as the originals or this new one? That's what I heard, though. I actually never managed to pick it up. I wanted to, for the same reason why I picked this one up, the nostalgia value. I don't remember why I never got it, though. But I got this one, and it's great. I love it. If you play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, or 1 or 2, and you want the nostalgia value for it, I say absolutely get it. It's worth that alone. Majority of the original soundtracks are in it. Again, I don't remember too much of the soundtracks. I just, remember the songs that I enjoy listening to. As a matter of fact, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, it was 2, had Rage Against the Machine, Guerrilla Radio. It's still in this remake version. If it wasn't for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, 1 too, because there's some good songs in 1, but I wasn't really into who's this artist, and looking them up. Years later I finally did. But man, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 actually got me into the music that I'm into today. Hearing Guerrilla Radio, I was just like, whoa, what is this? This is amazing. I want to say that weekend or even the next weekend, I was at, I can't think of the record store. I think it was a Virgin record store or a Sam Goody. I want to say Sam Goody in our mall. I was there the weekend and I bought the Battle of Los Angeles, but, Rage Against the Machine. Listened to that whole album and I was just blown away. Wow, this is amazing. So yeah, if it wasn't for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, I would not probably be influenced by the music that I am today. So thank you, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Good music selection. But yeah, I'm not sure how much of the original soundtracks are actually in the game. I know they did add new music. Oh, and there's new pro skaters as well. New generation people, not like older pros that didn't get into it, but like kids, young kids and stuff like that. It's cool. Check it out. I could keep going on this for a while, but the Avengers. Oh man, the Avengers is great. I did play the beta for a bit. I want to say for a day, because after that, I could never log into the server, so I could never play. The beta was cool, so it was enough to justify me buying it. I picked it up. I'm loving the game so far. I dug into it. I will say actually, before I keep going further, I will say if you are planning to pick up the game, want to play the game, want the story, fresh for you, there will be some spoilers ahead. I will talk about, I guess, some spoilers. I just want to put that out there. So if you don't want anything spoiled, potential DLC characters that had supposedly leaked, yeah, stop listening now. Thanks for listening this far, but yeah, I'll give you a second. Okay, now that the spoiler free peoples are gone, the campaign was pretty short. I beat it in less than a day, and that's with me pausing frequently to get my kids, dinner, lunch. I played it for maybe an hour when I got it, and put the kids to bed. I went to bed, woke up the next morning, got breakfast ready, everything, and then when everything was settled, I started playing and I played through. Again, I had to stop to make the kids lunch and attend to whatever they needed. I want to say around 5 o'clock, I had beat the game, so the campaign's, it's pretty short if you just power through it. But once you complete the campaign, then it opens up like the whole multiplayer aspect of it, which I haven't really dug into that yet either. I'm still going back and doing missions, which are really cool. They're really fun. I just learned that because there's difficulty levels, obviously easy, normal, hard, really hard. Depending on the difficulty level you choose, only affects the loot and the gear that you're gonna get from the level. It does not affect experience points. So if you're trying to level up fast, which that's what you're gonna want to do first, you can just keep playing all the easy mode, easy mode levels, so you can get the experience and you can complete the levels faster and keep going and doing more levels faster. Because when you do them even on normal, sometimes they take like 10 minutes. 10 minutes a mission. I can only imagine how long it's gonna take for the harder ones. So you can just jump in, do easy, get all your experience, level up, and then start doing the harder. Because also, I haven't been playing online with the matchmaking, just been doing me with AI. Because I want to have good gear and a good, decent leveled Captain America. So when I go online, I'm just not the weak link of the random group I'm put in. And yeah, if you guys want to play, my PlayStation Network, it's a plug I have it for PlayStation. PlayStation Network ID is James Philinks, James Falinks. Go ahead and add me. Throw me a message saying that you listened and you want to play some Marvel's Avengers, and we'll get some matchmaking going. My main's Captain America, so keep that in mind, I guess. So, besides that, again, some more spoilers ahead. There are the 6 core Avengers that are straight on the box art. Captain America, Black Widow, the Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, and Kamala Khan's Ms. Marvel. They are the main 6 and only 6 characters in the game right now, but Crystal Dynamic already promised all the DLC that's coming out, they're going to be free. And unless you have been trying to avoid it, the first DLCs is obviously Hawkeye, the Kate Bishop version, and then Clint Barton's version. I don't know if it's going to be the same time or different, but because from the trailer, it looks like you enlist Kate Bishop to help you find Clint. So that's going to be cool. And like I said, it's going to be free. Those 2 characters will be free. For all you other PS4 owners, players, Spider-Man will eventually be free. I will keep up with updates on the game for the DLC characters, maybe trailers that they drop or information, dates. I will keep up with that. So if you guys are interested in that, just keep checking in on the podcast every week to see if something came out. But besides that, yeah, there's no release date for Kate Bishop or anything like that, so we're just still in the loop. Other than that, the supposed leaked characters, oh man, it's just basically the MCU. Everybody in the Avengers movies, except like, the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and stuff like that. And surprisingly, well, I guess not surprisingly, but none of the other core Inhumans are in that DLC list that supposedly leaked. But of course, grain of salt, because it's not confirmed, it's not official, but data miners got it from the beta, I believe. But yeah, everybody you want basically in there. If you watch the Marvel movies, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, the Winter Soldier, the War Machine, Ant-Man, the Wasp, Scarlet Witch, the Vision. I think Quake was in it too. If you're familiar with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I believe she was on the list too. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Besides that, I wonder, they did say the post game characters would be free, which the only, not even necessarily a paywall, but the only paywall behind them are their cosmetics. If you're playing the game, you know what the characters' challenge cards are. You get daily and weekly task challenges, kill X amount of characters using this attack. And every single character has one. The core 6 that are in the game right now, the challenge cards are unlocked, and they're unlocked forever. We have as long as we want to complete them. And with that, you unlock, different costumes. You unlock different emotes, currency for the game to unlock additional outfits. We get all that. That is the only thing you have to pay for the free DLC characters. So, again, Hawkeye, free. But if you want his challenge card to unlock new costumes, his emotes, and his little, the banners for your name when you're playing with people, that's going to cost 1,000. I forget the name of the currency in the game. We'll just use the USD version. It's going to cost $10 to get that. But if you play the game and actually focus on even one of the characters' challenge card, you'll unlock the currency that you can use to then unlock the other challenge cards, the new ones coming out. You can unlock the currency for that and enough to buy it. So you technically don't even have to spend money to get those. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. So it's technically all free, but if you don't want to waste your time, you know what, those challenge cards took me forever. I'm just going to bypass this because I just want that costume. You can pay $10 and boom, you got it. And yes, it's $10 per character. Per character. So if they release 100 characters, that's $1,000. That's insane. But no one's going to buy that or do that. But besides that, I actually am hoping for more story-driven type DLC. Yes, the game is the Avengers. It's about the Avengers, and that's why the majority of the characters coming are core parts of the Avengers. Well, for the movies at least. Because you could argue and say, Wolverine was a big part of the Avengers, or Spider-Woman. I was going to say, I'm hoping that they do story-driven paid DLC. I wouldn't mind paying, say, an extra $20 to get a story-driven new campaigns and shit that's all about the X-Men or the Guardians of the Galaxy. I wouldn't mind that at all. That would be really, really cool. From their post-launch characters that supposedly leaked, who knows if that's it? That's all they plan on doing, and then once they're done with that, they're done with the game. They did say they plan on keeping this thing going for years now, which makes sense since when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, I believe it's called, when those come out, if you had bought the PS4 or Xbox One versions of the game, you get a free upgrade. So when the PS5 comes out, I get Avengers for PS5 for free, which is cool. Well, an upgrade. I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I did buy a physical CD, So when the PS5 comes out and I get that update, the free upgrade, and I'm playing on my PS5, can I then just go give my friend the PS4 version and they can play as long as they want? And since they have the disc now, can they upgrade? I'm sure it's going to be limited to one disc per upgrade, but can they still play the PS4 version while I have the PS5 version that I got for free? I wonder. I haven't read anything about that yet, but if that comes up and I do get anything concrete and confirmed, I'll let you guys know, obviously. And man, other than that, it's a great game. I would recommend picking it up, especially if you have friends that are getting it. Get some 4-player co-op going online. Oh, that was one of the things that I kind of was hoping for split screen. Even if it was just, 2 players split screen. I do have kids at the house who love playing video games, love Marvel characters, love the Avengers. It sucks that we can't all play at the same time. We have to take turns in a multiplayer game. So with that in mind, for everyone who has played the Ultimate Alliance games, the Marvel, or way back, what is it, the X-Men, oh my goodness, I can't even remember what they were called. Anyways, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, those are obviously couch co-op madness. You can kind of compare the two, but Marvel's Avengers, it's definitely more RPG not story driven, but more kind of RPG driven. It's definitely not couch co-op because, like I said earlier, there's no split screen. You can play with your friends online. There is, again, 4-player online co-op, but this one is definitely more about looting, getting items for your gear. Each character has 4 distinct pieces of gear they can equip and upgrade with little pieces of stuff you collect by defeating enemies and getting boxes. It is third-person perspective, not top-down, so that is a bit different. I just thought I had to I thought I had to talk about that because when I was picking this up at my local Target, some guy was actually asking me about it, and he was trying to compare it to Ultimate Alliance. He's like, is it like Ultimate Alliance where it's like, the top down with the 4 people? I was like, actually, no, think of a third-person perspective, like, say, and also instead of button mashing, like Ultimate Alliance is, I would think, it's more combat-driven, more combo-driven. Like I was telling him, think of the Batman Arkham series, where that combat system was amazing. I was like, think about it like that. It's a third-person perspective. It's, can't be mashing buttons. You gotta do correct inputs. There's a whole dodge thing about it where you can see an enemy's attack come in, so you have to dodge it. If not, you're gonna get thrashed. So there is that. I say pick it up. Yeah, it's $60. They're expensive games, but it's fun. I recommend it, absolutely. I would pick this one up. I would pick it up today if you can, or if not, wait for Black Friday because someone's gonna have it minimum $20 off, if not 50% off. Oh yeah, so yeah, you could just wait for that. But since all the post content is free, the $60 price tag doesn't seem that bad. I don't have to unlock. I don't have to buy a season pass, nothing like that. So, but yeah, they did have like legendary editions. There's a standard edition, legendary edition. There's another edition, and all that came with was costumes, cosmetics. No extra characters, no extra missions, no extra nothing. Just cosmetics, just costumes for the characters, and that's it. So if you didn't pick up none of those and were wondering about it, you're not missing out on anything. Unless you really like those costumes, then whoops. Well, that's enough rambling from me about Marvel's The Avengers and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I did say earlier that they are out for the PS4. Obviously, they're also out for Xbox One and PC via Steam or the Microsoft Store. Also, The Avengers is on Google Stadia, so you can get it there. I highly recommend picking up one of them. If either game is appealing to you at all, I would pick them up. They're both great games. I couldn't recommend them enough. With that This is the end of the episode, and I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.